But you voted for this, didn't you?
I haven't voted for it. It hasn't come to the floor.
Are you going to?
Well, when I see the other two committees, when they report it out, I will let you know. I don't know. I haven't seen the final draft of the bill. I thought I said that when I first started.
Are you
pay $130 a month? You leave it alone.
You can keep your $130 a month. I'm not going to take your $130 a month away. Look.
How are you going to pay for it? How are you going to pay for
All
it?
right, how many questions do we? Look, they're going to kill me in Macoupin County. Listen, here's in essence. All right, I think yes.
Just the last couple of days, reference to Canada, and I know you're saying you're not for a single payer, which I guess they are.
I didn't. No. Let me take it back. I didn't say I wasn't. I said we don't. This is not going to be a single payer bill. It is not.
But President Obama has said several times that's what his intent is. Just so everybody knows, Dr. Annie Doing, the incoming president of the Canadian Medical Association, said her country's healthcare system is sick and imploding. So I just wanted to throw that out. My question for you is, you used your words 47 million. And I think you said people and not Americans. And I appreciate you saying that because you can't say that unless you include South and Central. There are 10 to 20 million illegal immigrants in that number. Right. There are 15 million that make over $50,000 a year that choose not to buy health insurance, and a lot of those are in that bankruptcy number. There's another 5 to 10 million who are old, young, eligible for Medicaid, Medicare, but don't sign up. There's another several million that are between jobs. And you addressed the tort reform, which I'd like to know, what do you mean? What's going to be included in that?
Arbitration.
Second of all, when are you going to support, address the illegal immigration situation that's taken?
I can't get to everybody. I'm trying to answer this question. So if in the middle of the answer, I'm getting asked about another question, from my perspective, I mean, I'm not going to challenge the numbers. I don't know where you got them from. I just know this. I know this. I know 910 families in my district are going to file medical bankruptcy. Those are American citizens. I know that 82,000 American citizens in my congressional district will get health care if we have the courage to do it and do it right. But do it right. I want to see comprehensive immigration reform. I think it's an absolute disgrace that we haven't addressed this issue. And candidly, from my perspective, I think a few of my friends on our side and the other side need to take a little courage, Bill, and get the debate on the bill moving and move the bill.
This gentleman's absolutely correct. Why mess with the other 85%?
Look,
And not when
because I think
Medicare and Medicaid.
Because I think candidly to put the entire blame on any one segment of any one group with a problem this big. This isn't an American citizen? Thought so. Look.
But I heard Social Security, I heard Medicaid, all I heard was government that wasn't taking care of this issue, and now you want a fourth government program?
No, I don't. No, I don't. I said before, I do not want, let me repeat it for the fourth time, I do not want a government takeover of private health care. If you like what you have, I want you to be able to keep what you have. It is in the bill that says you can keep what you
Folks, we're
have.
going to have another town hall. The 19th town hall meeting will be on the 27th. So we'll address your questions and we'll do it then.
Where's the town hall meeting going to be?
All you have to do, there'll be a number that you call. I've done two. Well, look, I'm going to end up doing in my districts 18 of these.
Come back.
Well, I'll be happy to, and when the Senate passes a bill, I hope to be able to come back and talk about what we have as a final piece of legislation for you.
Thank you for coming.
Thanks. Thank you. He had one last point. This gentleman's had his hand up for a long time, Andy. We'll finish this, and then you're welcome.
Thanks for coming.
You're welcome.
But I think I can help you and understand why people are so upset. You have to go back to 1913. There was also an anti-wealth feeling at that point too. And they told people, if you just get this amendment to the Constitution that will have the income tax, basically the poor will never pay over 1% and the rich will never pay over 10% because God tithe, that was very well known back then, that God was asking 10%, and the government would never ask, even if the hated rich, would never ask 10% of them, and we'll start them out at 7. Well, you know what happened? We had World War I, and what we got was 77% out of Wilson, and it took Calvin Coolidge to get it back down to 20. And then when Hoover was trying to stop the Depression, he did the wrong thing and raised the top rate up to 55, and then FDR picked it up to 95. That's why people, and it's not Democrat, it's not Republican, that's why the people don't trust you. You say we're not going to have a single payer system, but you're just not going to start out that way, but that's exactly what happened with income tax. Oh, the poor will never pay income tax, and never over 1%, and even the hated rich will never pay 10%, and we'll start them out at 7. That happened about 100 years ago, the progressive era, and we're still trying to fight that back today. And that's why people don't trust Democrats or Republicans, because they were told, don't worry, just 3/4 of the state passed this income tax, the poor will never pay, and the rich will never pay more than what God asked. And tell me if that's been held to be true.
No, it has not, because from my perspective, and you may disagree, but for the last 8 years, I think the richest 1% of the people in this country have had a real good day at the beach.
That's balloon. That's a bunch of balloons.
I didn't go to the beach.
Are you a millionaire?
No.
Oh, I thought I said the richest.
But I earned my money.
I thought I
I don't want to
said
get there. I don't want to have to
You
give
think
it to you.
screaming gets you anywhere? Okay. I said the richest 1% of the people in this country for the last 8 years, in my humble opinion, okay, have had a tax holiday. And I think that everybody ought to pay their fair share. Well, if you make it, listen, for those of you who are in the richest 1% of Americans.
How much taxes do you pay on all the donations to run for Congress? How many taxes do you pay? How many dollars do you pay in taxes on it? I get a cell phone, I got to pay taxes on it. How much taxes do you pay on your donations?
You want to stop screaming at me now? You want to stop screaming at me now? You done? Well, the answer is not going to answer
He should have brought some friends along for Democrats. Why didn't he invite all of them?
It's not the last good thing to say it there.
Oh, you're gonna. We got one back there. Good Lord.